So we saw where the temporal bones articulate with the parietals and the occiput. They also meet up with the greater wing of the sphenoid. And that articulation is a beveled suture. That is, as rumor has it, the suture that Dr. Sutherland was captivated by when he was looking at a disarticulated skull and wondered, it reminded him of the gills of a fish, and he wondered what that might have to indicate in terms of mobility. So we have the squamous portion. You're looking at the inside surface, so the medial surface of the temporal bone. We have the squamous portion of the temporal bone. And you can also see here we've got the lateral view. So you get the squamous portion of the temporal bone. We also have the mastoid portion, which is that bump behind the back of your ear that you can really easily palpate. We also have the zygomatic arch, so that portion of the temporal bone that reaches forward to articulate with the zygoma. And then once again, looking at the medial aspect of the temporal bone, you can see that Petrus Ridge, and the Petrus Ridge angles medially. So here you're looking at the back. This is a posterior view of the temporal bone. And you can see how much the Petrus Ridge angles medially. The Petrus Ridge anchors, there you're looking down from above. The Petrus Ridge anchors the tentorium, that horizontal membrane that crosses the midline horizontally of the occiput, travels forward and along the ridge of the Petrus Ridge. The Petrus Ridge also houses the inner ear structures, and it supports part of the temporal lobe of the cortex. You can also see the opening. Make sure I get this. There we go. You can see the opening for the carotid canal in the Petrus Ridge of the temporal bone. The carotid canal is where the carotid artery weaves its way as it goes up the side of the neck, travels up the side of the neck, and then it weaves through the carotid canal of the Petrus Ridge of the temporal bone and then enters the cranial cavity. So we have, like we had with the parietal bone, there's a beveled suture present between the temporal and the sphenoid. So we have a beveled suture present at the greater wing on the lateral aspect of the sphenoid where it meets with the temporal.